Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel where we keep you updated on all the latest NFL news, rumors, trades, and everything in between. If you're passionate about football and want to stay ahead of the curve with insider info and in-depth analysis, make sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Today's topic is one that's absolutely rocking the NFL world. Yes, you heard it right. The Dallas Cowboys have reportedly received a trade offer from the Green Bay Packers for none other than Micah Parsons. This news alone is enough to send shockwaves through the league because Parsons is no ordinary player. He's a generational talent, a defensive powerhouse, and arguably one of the most impactful linebackers we've seen in recent memory. The possibility that he could be traded is huge and brings up so many questions about the future direction of the Cowboys franchise. But that's not all. Alongside this blockbuster offer, there are also swirling rumors about potential trades involving Cowboys wide receiver Jalen Tolbert and New York Jets running back Breece Hall. So, today, we're going to dive deep into all of this, breaking down what's happening, what these rumors might mean for each team involved, and how it could reshape the NFL landscape moving forward. Let's start by unpacking the Micah Parsons trade offer. Parsons exploded onto the NFL scene as a rookie in 2021, winning Defensive Rookie of the Year honors and instantly becoming a cornerstone for the Cowboys' defense. His unique blend of speed, power, and instincts make him one of the most versatile linebackers in the league. He can rush the passer, drop back into coverage, and tackle with authority. The Cowboys have built a defense around his abilities, and his presence on the field often changes the dynamic of games. So, the fact that the Packers, a team desperately looking to revamp their defense, have made a serious offer to acquire him is monumental. According to sources, the Packers are willing to part with a significant package that might include their 2025 first-round pick, a young offensive weapon with upside, and possibly a future draft pick swap, to convince Dallas to let Parsons go. On the surface, this sounds like an all-in move from Green Bay, who has struggled defensively in recent seasons and is eager to add a superstar who can elevate their unit instantly. For the Cowboys, this puts them in a tough spot. On one hand, trading Parsons would mean losing a foundational player who impacts the game every single snap. He's a leader in the locker room, a player who can make clutch plays, and someone fans have come to adore. On the other hand, the offer from the Packers could help address several roster needs that Dallas has been struggling with, especially on offense and in the trenches. With the assets from a potential trade, the Cowboys could target quality offensive linemen to protect Dak Prescott better or add another dynamic skilled player to boost their offense. It's a classic dilemma of balancing immediate defensive impact versus long-term team building and flexibility. Would the Cowboys be willing to give up Parsons for a package that gives them more depth and potential? That's the million-dollar question. Now, when you think about the Packers, they're in a bit of a rebuild and retool phase, trying to surround their new quarterback with better talent on both sides of the ball. Adding a player like Parsons instantly upgrades their defense and sends a message that they are serious about contending again. Defensive playmakers like Parsons don't come around often, and the Packers could be betting big on making a splash with this trade. But it's also a gamble because giving up future first-round picks and young players could hamper their flexibility down the line. This trade offer highlights how aggressive some teams are willing to be this offseason, looking to swing for the fences instead of playing it safe. Switching gears, the trade rumors involving Jalen Tolbert have also started picking up steam. Tolbert is a young wide receiver for the Cowboys who flashed big potential but hasn't fully cemented himself as a consistent threat yet. He has the size, the speed, and the route-running skills that NFL teams covet, but sometimes it feels like he's still figuring things out at the pro level. Because of this, there are whispers around the league that Dallas might be open to moving him if they receive a compelling offer. Teams like the Miami Dolphins, Seattle Seahawks, and Chicago Bears have reportedly shown interest, potentially offering mid-round draft picks to acquire Tolbert. For the Cowboys, this could be a chance to recoup some valuable draft capital while giving Tolbert an opportunity to shine elsewhere. The wide receiver market this offseason is pretty interesting, and with the way teams are reshaping their rosters, players like Tolbert who have potential but need more consistent production could become key trade pieces. It's also worth noting that the Cowboys already have a crowded wide receiver room, especially with talents like CeeDee Lamb and the recently added veterans. Tolbert might be the odd man out in a situation where Dallas wants to streamline their offense and focus on the players who can contribute immediately. A trade involving Tolbert could help the Cowboys clear some cap space or gain picks to invest in other areas. For Tolbert, a fresh start with a team willing to invest in his development could be exactly what he needs to unlock his full potential. Now, let's talk about Breece Hall, the dynamic running back for the New York Jets who has been linked to trade rumors as well. Hall showed flashes of brilliance during his rookie season, showcasing his ability to break tackles, accelerate through gaps, and be a workhorse back when healthy. Unfortunately, injuries slowed him down, but he remains one of the most exciting young running backs in the league. The Jets appear to be open to trading him, especially if they can get an offer that fits their broader rebuilding strategy and helps them accumulate draft capital or address other roster needs. Interestingly, the Cowboys have been mentioned as a potential landing spot for Hall. Adding him would give Dallas a dynamic running back who can take pressure off their passing game and open up more offensive possibilities. However, this also raises questions because the Cowboys already have Tony Pollard, who's a talented back in his own right and emerging as a key part of their offense. Would Dallas want to add Hall and create a powerful backfield tandem, or would they prefer to hold on to Pollard and use him as a trade asset to address other needs? It's a fascinating dilemma that could play out over the next few months. If the Cowboys do pursue Hall, it could mean a significant shift in how they approach their offense, potentially leaning more on the run game or using Hall's explosiveness to complement Dak Prescott's passing attack. When you step back and look at these three stories together, the Micah Parsons trade offer, the Jalen Tolbert rumors, and the Breece Hall buzz, it becomes clear that the upcoming offseason might be one of the most transformative in recent NFL history. Teams are becoming more aggressive, willing to move star players or promising talents in order to reposition themselves for long-term success. The Cowboys, Packers, and Jets are all in different phases of their team-building journeys, but each could be making bold moves that impact not just their franchise but the entire league. From the Cowboys' perspective, trading a player like Parsons would be a seismic event. It would mean putting a lot of trust in their front office's ability to rebuild quickly and effectively using the assets acquired. But it also signals a potential change in philosophy, perhaps focusing more on offensive balance or draft capital accumulation. On the flip side, acquiring Parsons would be a game changer for the Packers, giving them an elite defender to build around and signaling that they're ready to compete again. For Jalen Tolbert and Breece Hall, the trade rumors show how quickly player value can fluctuate and how teams constantly evaluate their rosters to maximize performance and flexibility. As fans, we are in a unique position to witness these moves unfold and analyze their implications. The NFL is constantly evolving, and trades like these show how strategic and fluid roster management has become. It's no longer just about drafting well or signing free agents, it's about leveraging every asset, including star players, to build the best possible team. The coming weeks and months will be critical in shaping the NFL landscape for the foreseeable future. So, what do I think will happen? Well, my gut says the Cowboys won't trade Micah Parsons unless the offer is absolutely irresistible. He's too valuable on defense and too important to the team's identity. But the fact that the Packers are willing to offer so much means Dallas has to at least consider their options seriously. As for Jalen Tolbert, I think a trade is more likely, especially if Dallas feels they can find a receiver who offers more immediate impact or if they want to gain draft picks for future flexibility. And when it comes to Breece Hall, it's a bit of a waiting game. The Jets might move him if the right deal comes along, but whether the Cowboys jump in depends on how they view Pollard's future and what kind of offensive identity they want to build. Regardless of what happens, one thing is certain: the NFL offseason just got a whole lot more interesting, and we'll be here to break down every twist and turn.